I looked at all 4 pages of it, and I have to say, my advice here for you is really different than what I give other clients because most of them have way too much. I'm telling them to cut it down, but for you, it's the exact opposite. There's actually not enough. So that's actually really interesting. I just want to make a note that I have a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts, but I'm going to talk about 3 kind of central themes that I think would really help you. And really, the goal is to not make it look pretty, but also to make it more functional and to get it more streamlined. So you're kind of front loading the work. So there's less back and forth, really admin work that you need to do later on when you are talking to a prospect or a client, so that you can focus on the things that you actually want to be doing, which is the client work, which is helping people, right? So the first theme here I will mention is brand presence. I don't think you really have a brand right now. Because right now it's, Waves Peer Coaching, which is fine. That could be your logo. However, it's not very recognizable, right? It's black and white. Almost every website uses black and white. So there's nothing unique in here that actually, that somebody can tie back to Waves Peer Coaching that's uniquely yours, right? There's no favicon up here. So this is just like the default that is a Squarespace or Wix uses. So yeah, there's just not that needs to be beefed up, right? And I think when we were talking last, you were looking at some sort of like a web design or like or redesign or like a logo redesign or something like that. So yeah, definitely. My first thoughts is seeing Waves and then seeing this image is like definitely have some sort of like a icon that looks like waves, like ocean waves. Second thing I will talk about is know, like, and trust factors. This is huge for not just website, not just digital assets, but everything. Everything in relation to like a sale or even like a human to human relationship, right? First, somebody needs to know you before they like you, before they trust you. And it kind of ties back to the first theme of brand presence. It's like if your logo really is the starting point of all your other digital assets, what it's based on, if I'm not seeing things that are consistent through the different platforms, like that doesn't elicit trust, right? Secondly, on this would be social proof. That's major. So there's kind of 2 types that I see would work really well for you. One you have already, which is being featured on podcasts. And hey, I don't see mine on here. And the second one is testimonials. So I looked at the 4 pages. I couldn't find any. I don't know if you have them or not, but if you can ask people to film you video testimonials, that's a lot more powerful than any written one. And in fact, from the transcription of the video testimonials, you can actually get written ones. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 for you. Okay. The third kind of way, not so much social proof, but to help you with your know, like, trust factors, is really injecting more of you into your digital assets. And, I'm directly talking about your website here, but like, who is Peter? Like, I have to scroll all the way down on the homepage until here to actually see your name, right? And maybe here even, but that's really long from the top. Right. And you start talking about which is great, but like, I still don't know who you are at this point. So like, what is your story? Like, I need more content. I like, as somebody who does work with coaches, right? As a client, like, these are things that I'm looking for. Like, these are the trust factors that I'm looking for. What is your story? Do I relate to your story? And so on and so forth. So for example, when I go to the about, and this is supposed to be about you, I'm seeing the tone change. So you're not talking from first person, but you're talking from a third person point of view now, right? You say Peter. But at this point, it's like, there's no photo of you. I don't even know what you look like, right? So there is a little bit of mystery here that is not really called for. Yeah. So yes, more content really on all the pages. Another thing that I will talk about is getting into funnel to territory now, which is like automation. So I think you're actually missing 1 or 2 pages, maybe. So the 5 essential pages I always have my clients have, right? It would be home, which you have, about, which you have, services or / offerings, which you have, but to be honest, it's mislabeled. You don't talk about your services here. You talk about your discovery call, right? And when this works, I guess this is where people can book you for it. So this is really your contact page. So you're missing a services page and then also the testimonial page. You'll be spreading your testimonials all across each page, but that your testimonial page would be the one with all of them in it. Okay. So in terms of automation and whatnot, it's this. So, well, first of all, let's talk about the services page. So at this point, I'm on your website, right? And I don't actually know what it is that you offer specifically. So yes, I know it's coaching, but what kind of coaching is it? How does it work? What is your story? Like what are you an expert in? So that I know to go to you for this type of coaching. And then what is the pricing? Like transparent pricing is a really big thing right now that, we should really hone into. And how does it work? Do I book you one at a time? Do you have a package of 10? Is it 3-month long commitment? Like what is all that type of stuff, which is why going back to what I was talking about earlier about like videos and whatnot, that is definitely trending now and will continue to be in the future. So it used to be text with Google, then it turned into voice, which didn't really pick up, but now it's all about video. And I think that's a really great way for you to showcase your personality, who you are, your story, what Waves Peer Coaching is all about, and what you offer as a service in video format, so that people can see you. They can put a face to a name. They can actually sense your energy, your genuinity, like your genuineness, and then like connect with you that way before you even get to talk to them. You can actually sell them, pre-sell them before they even talk to you, right? So that's the geniusness of video marketing. So going back to automation, this is what I would say. Okay, that's fine. This is what I can't see this right now, but number one, if that's just a calendar, then I think we're missing a step. The first step really should be like an intake form. So you want to pre-vet them. You want to kind of front load the work so that you can read their responses. And then from that, then you can decide whether or not you want to work with them and send out whatever response you want to send out to them. And then it would be automatically, it should show them some sort of like a calendar booking. There's some logic that you can schedule with, that you can input with the form, so that if they kind of score a certain thing, then it'll show them the calendar. If not, you might get like an email instead or something like that. But in addition to that, automation here would be, this is called the top of the fold on any page. It's the first thing that you see before you start to scroll. So above the fold, sorry. And this is really where you want to be showcasing the call to action that you want everybody to do once they land on your website. And I think that would be your journaling prompts, right? So where can we send this copy to? This page looks really different, by the way. So I'm going to say that you weren't the one who made it. And so if you have this already and you know that it works, right? If it actually does work as a lead magnet, I would definitely put, maybe not this, I would definitely redesign a whole bunch of things on here, but I won't talk about that right now. I would have some sort of a form, have some copy, have the form here so that they know, hey, this is the number one thing that you can do, that I can give you as a gift that you can start doing on your own. And then through that, once you get their email address, you can then start sending them emails that explains more about who you are, what your service is, what your story is, and all that type of stuff, right? There was another point. Hold on. That flew out of my head. Okay, so anywho, video. Definitely here you can embed our video version of the podcast, because that has your journey in it already, and then people can like get to know you in that kind of sense. Okay. Recapping of the 3 central themes, right? So brand presence, definitely. Know, like, trust factors with the social proof and video. And then also automating things, at the very top of your funnel right now with your services, with your discovery calls, consult, and things like that. And I think that would actually help boost a lot. It'll definitely be a better user experience for anyone that's visiting your website. You're going to create more clarity, and then you're going to increase stickiness. And that's really important because you want people to stay on your website, right? Especially since when you build up this service page, right? Once it has all the information that they would need to make a decision, you can also just embed the payment method in here and like kind of get going. Or you probably don't want to do that first. As a coach, you probably want to get them to fill out some sort of an intake form, and then get them to book a quick call with you. You probably want them to do some sort of a quick 30-minute consult. And you want to make sure that you can help them. And if you're doing any kind of psychedelic, trip sitting or, whatever, integration stuff with them, you want to make sure that they're not taking any medication, right? So yeah, definitely different ways to skin a cat. Just going to leave it there.